What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? Woohoo! So, almost at Friday. Um, today was a very trying day. There's a lot going on in the news cycle, and it's been creating a lot of anxiety with people, all that's happening politically in the world. So, I come on here. The first thing I want to say is to find ways to ground yourself. And what grounding is bringing yourself back into the present moment. And there's so many things you can do to ground yourself. You can take deep breaths. You can go wash your hands. The temperature of the water itself will kind of stop your thought pattern and redirect you. There's so many things. I'll do a video on that at another time. But y'all, ground yourself. If you feel yourself getting emotional, not worth it. Because there's nothing more important than how you feel. All right? So, I've been reading from the Esther and Jerry Hicks Law of Attraction deck. I got two streams going here. Got face. So, what it says is shortages of time or money are perceptual. And I love that. Like a fountain and time and water in the illustration. So, what it says is if you're feeling a shortage of time or money, your best effort would be to focus upon more things that make you feel good. Your time is a perceptual thing. And even though the clock is ticking, the same for everyone, your alignment affects your perception, as well as the results that you allow. As you observe the enormous differences in the effort that people apply and the results they achieve, you have to conclude that there is more to the equation of achieving than action alone. It's really about trusting. That's what it's really about. Like being able to trust and say, that's what it's really about. Like being able to trust and say, you know what, I'm not going to look at the amount of fun I have. I'm not going to look at the amount of money in my bank account. I'm going to trust and believe that it's hard to do when everything you see right before you, right in front of you, says, no, it's not. Are you crazy? And then you maybe got that relative that's like, in reality, if there's something in your heart that is telling you that you want more, that you deserve more, that you are more, that you're worth more, that you can do more, that you can leave more, that you can hear more, and that you can have more, then that's what your birthright is. That's what's really in your heart and what you have to find that alignment to. And as soon as you can align, see it manifesting in your life. I'm living and breathing this, y'all. I'm living and breathing it. The more I believe in my purpose and my abilities and my capabilities, the more things are starting to just and manifest. Every day it's something new, something new. And because of the way the world is, because of the current state of just everything right now and complete upside down upheaval, we're more open and have more opportunity to what we desire. So once again, shortages of time or money are perceptual. If you're feeling short of the time or money, your best effort will be to focus upon better feeling thoughts, do more things that feel good. You got to believe it. You got to trust. You got to know. And with that knowing, once you have that peace of understanding that this is who I am and this is what I'm going to have. It may not look that way when I look at my bank account. It may not look that way when I look at my watch. But the reality of it is that this is what I'm choosing to experience. And this is going to be a part of my experience. And this is a part of my experience. And then once you've done that, just let it go. That's the hardest part. Let it go. Because then you want to do actions. You want to effort your way into it so it'll happen now. And that's your ego. That's your ego talking to you saying, you know what? You need that now. And if you don't get it now, then you were wrong. So you have to make it happen now, or all that you feeling and believing is wrong. So, shortages of time and money are perceptual. I used to hold the belief that I had to supply my basic needs, but really it's the universe that's supplying my basic needs. If you think of plants, they just exist. They just anchor themselves into the earth and exist and receive water and sunlight, and then they grow. And we're much like plants or any other creatures or animals. It's the same dynamic. Everything that we need is there in your neighborhood, and look around you at the houses around you, or if you live in an apartment building, the buildings around you. And you just take a look and just think, all those people have bank accounts and there's money in there. And this bank has tons of money in it. And this grocery store is burning, and that energy is just flowing throughout all those households, throughout all those businesses, throughout all those states, throughout all the countries and continents. And there's an abundance of resources. There's abundance of sunlight for the plants and water, and there's just abundance out there. And once you truly believe that and understand that, you know what, it's not how much crap I take from my boss that dictates if I can pay my bills. It's me trusting that the universe, that God, that source, that whatever you want to call it, is going to provide you everything that you need. And I'm getting on my spiritual soapbox, but it's real. This is the core of what allows you to manifest. Time and money are perceptual. If you feel like you're busy, busy, busy all throughout the day, and that you don't have enough time to exercise, you don't have enough time to spend with your family, you don't have enough time to write that book that you wanted to write, it's perceptual. We prioritize what's important. I just want to make one point about that in dating situations. I work with a lot of women that are out there, and, oh, well, there's not enough men, and there's not enough that, and I don't know. And I met this guy, and, he calls me every now and again. Maybe I'll get a text here or a text there. If they're not willing to put that time into you, if they're not willing to commit that to you, then they're just not that interested. Important. If you're at work getting bitched at by your boss, we prioritize what's important. Then immediately what that person is complaining about becomes important. And we can put everything aside and get it done before we get home. It's the same process. We prioritize what's important. If, you're like, oh, I should exercise, I need to eat healthier. And then you get that diagnosis from the doctor saying, you may have a little hypertension or diabetes or whatever. And then you're like, whoa, now I really need to exercise and eat better and take care of my body, because now you're prioritizing what's important, and now all of a sudden you have time for it. So it's all perceptual. It's all of what you believe and what you perceive and what you think. And I just encourage you to not limit your dreams due to money. That's something that I'm learning in my journey. Oh, just because I don't have 100,000 here or there in my bank account doesn't mean that I can't have that business that I desire, that I can't build my dreams. Money is perceptual, and what you need when you need it will come. And usually, if you release and let go a little bit, it will come in ways that you could never even imagine. It'll just manifest and unfold, and you're like, how in the world did that happen? How did I qualify for that job position when I don't have any experience in this field? How did I get an office space without having any money for a down payment? I don't have a business license. I don't have any contacts, but now I have an office space. How did one week, they tell me I have cancer, and then I go back 2 weeks later and there's nothing there to be found. Things can happen in the blink of an eye. Miracles do happen. And the minute that you believe and change your perceptions around things is the moment that things can unfold for you. So I love you all. Have a blessed evening. Comment, like, subscribe. What do you think? What dreams do you have? If you had all the money in the world and there wasn't any doubt or question of it, what would you do with your life? What would you do? All right, y'all. Well, have a good night. I love you. Myers Life.